We're just about there.
It'll be good. We can just get through tomorrow.
Because he's got thousands more. Any of these was duplicates on the projects.
Yeah, dig across County Road.
Yeah.
It won't be too bad unless somebody ignores all of the signs.
I'm over for 40 years.
It's down that hill, I'm afraid it's there.
I did get up like 22 neighborhoods.
How long it takes to, we're gonna fill it
Got
back
them
in.
black ones.
Well,
Right, so they're killing.
You know, we've got it blocked from 11
Yes,
right now, 3:30 in the afternoon. We're trying to do it
Oh,
late.
wow, they kill.
Yeah.
They kill.
We've had it blocked for 2 days.
If they see a cow, oh, there'll be some of these.
Like that way.
There's always one neighbor that just loves to prove
They
it.
say, well, my mega mountain.
Did you lose your
Yeah,
gavel?
use your gavel.
Yeah, it's in there.
You
Just hit yourself on the butt.
Oh, in the early 70s, no.
It'll be all right.
They were in Ozark County.
It'll be fine.
I can go get it for you.
The real snap between. Not long.
You guys ready? Call to order. Roll call.
Here.
Here, everybody's present. I need a motion to amend the agenda, please.
Make a motion to amend the agenda.
Billy made a motion, have a second.
I'll second.
Noel, second. All in favor was aye.
Aye.
Public address to the board, none. Has everybody had a chance to read the minutes? Everything okay? Yep. The minutes will stand as presented. Suzanne, election results, ordinance 1090, please.
An ordinance declaring results of municipal election held on April 6, 2021 for the purpose of electing mayor and 2 aldermen, one from the East Ward and one from the West Ward in the city of Ava, Missouri.
Okay, motion to accept first reading of ordinance 1090.
I'll make that motion.
Stan made a motion.
I'll second the motion.
Keith second. All in favor with aye.
Aye.
We'll do the second reading.
Second reading of ordinance 1090, an ordinance declaring results of municipal election held on April 6, 2021 for the purpose of electing mayor and 2 aldermen, one from the East Ward and one from the West Ward in the city of Ava, Missouri.
Motion to accept the second reading.
I'll make a motion to accept the second reading.
Okay, Billy, you got a second on that? Noel second. All in favor with aye.
Aye.
Now then, we'll do the oath. To the mayor. That'll be good. I was elected on the 6th day of April, 2021.
Okay. Whereas Burley Lofton has been duly elected in the office of mayor of the city of Ava, state of Missouri, and has filed his oath of office, now therefore I, Suzanne Welsh, clerk of the city of Ava, do by the authority vested in me as city clerk commission the said Burley Lofton as mayor, given this day my hand the corporate seal of the city of Ava, Missouri, hereto the 13th day of April 2021. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Wait a minute. Oh, yeah, no.
Okay.
We'll quit this for a minute. Yeah,
Okay.
I'm out of sort.
You what?
I was hoping you.
A little bit.
Okay, we need to, I just will stay up because we got to do the appointment for the city clerk. We need a motion to, for Suzanne, for the city clerk for the coming year 2022. Is that the way, 2022? Okay,
I'll make the motion.
okay. Keith made a motion. Second. Keith made a motion. Stan second. All in favor with aye.
Aye.
We need to read that, and then I can sit down.
All right. Qualifications prescribed for this.
Office of City Clerk, the City of Ava, City of Douglas, City or County of Douglas, State of Missouri has filed an oath of office. Now therefore, I, Burley Lofton, do by the authority vested in me as mayor, commission the said Suzanne Welch as city clerk until her successor is qualified and elected by the Board of Aldermen.
Okay. All right, I guess we should just go down the line and I'll get Noel Dye up here.
You did a good job.
And then whereas Noel Dye has been duly appointed to the office of West Ward Alderman of the City of Ava and State of Missouri and has filed his oath of office, now therefore I, Suzanne Welch, Clerk of the City of Ava, do by the authority vested in me as City Clerk commission the said Noel Dye as West Ward Alderman. Given under by hand the corporate seal of the City of Ava, Missouri, hereto affixed this 13th day of April 2021. Congratulations.
Thank you.
On the 6th day of April, 2021.
Whereas Billy Stewart has been duly elected to the office of East Ward Alderman of the City of Ava and State of Missouri and has filed his oath of office, now therefore I, Suzanne Welch, Clerk of the City of Ava, do by the authority vested in me as City Clerk commission the said Billy Stewart as East Ward Alderman. Given under my hand the corporate seal of the City of Ava, Missouri, hereto affixed this 13th day of April 2021. Congratulations. All right, Larry? A. Terrell has been duly appointed by the office of City Attorney of the City of Ava and State of Missouri and has filed his oath of office. Now therefore I, Suzanne Welch, Clerk of the City of Ava, do by the authority vested in me as City Clerk this okay, where are we at here? Commission the said Larry Terrell as the City Attorney. Given my hand the corporate seal of the City of Ava, Missouri, hereunto fixed as April 13th, 2021.
You can sign that.
That's all right. Reggie, you ready?
I didn't know how many you had. How many, have you got all of them tonight, or is that?
I'm gonna do Reg and
Okay.
Peggy and then the
Okay.
rest of them. Filed his oath of office. Now therefore I, Suzanne Welch, Clerk of the City of Ava, do by the authority vested in me as City Clerk commission the said Reggie D. Johnson as Police Chief, effective date of commission April 13th, 2021. Given under my hand the corporate seal of the City of Ava, Missouri, here affixed April 13th, 2021. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you. Thanks, guys.
By the way, that's just good for 1 month.
I know. I was waiting for that.
Whereas Peggy Porter has been duly appointed to the office of City Treasurer of the City of Ava and State of Missouri and has filed her oath of office, now therefore I, Suzanne Welch, Clerk of the City of Ava, do by the authority vested in me as City Clerk commission the said Peggy Porter as City Treasurer of the City of Ava, Missouri, effective date of commission 13th day of April 2021, given under my hand the corporate seal of the City of Ava, Missouri, hereunto affixed this 13th day of April 2021.
we need to reappoint and then, David at this time and then do his swearing in at the end of,
Yeah, because you'll have your whole slate there.
Yeah. we pretty well got, yeah. But I guess I'd like to have a motion. We had discussed that once before on David, and let's go ahead and make a motion and then, to appoint him as police chief starting, are we good at 6/1 or is that, does it need to be 5?
Well, actually, my last working day will be the 28th, because
Okay,
the
so
31st
that's-
will be the holiday.
We'll make that 5/28.
Because you've also got Stacy on there, I think.
Yeah, but
too.
we'll do her tomorrow. I think, when you gonna do her tomorrow?
Mhm.
Yeah, but don't you just approve the whole
We need,
slate?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But anyway, with David, go ahead and get a motion to appoint him as police chief the 5th and the 28th, and then we'll do his swearing in at that point. And then the collector, is that what you was talking about, doing the collector, which will be Stacy, tomorrow for, that'll be a 1-year term, and fire chief at a later date for a 1-year term, which will be Scotty Upchurch. If I could have a motion for those three, David Overcast for 5th and 28th, collector for 1 year, Stacy Henry, fire chief Scotty Upchurch for 1 year. Right.
I'll make a motion that we approve the mayor's appointments to the city offices.
We have a second on that?
Yeah.
Stan second, all in favor with aye.
Aye.
One other thing we need to do, I just about forgot. If Stan will be the vice president of the board for another year, I'd like to have a motion for that.
Motion to retain Stan as vice president.
Okay.
Second. I'll
Okay,
second
we had a motion by Noel and a second by Billy, all in favor?
Aye.
You made it, just barely.
Sounded unanimous.
Peggy? Oh, yeah, wait just a minute, I'm sorry, we got two more, thank you. Planning and zoning, we got 2 4-year terms that are expiring, and I'd recommend reappointing Greg Taylor and Orrin Alcorn, and these are for 4-year terms, if I could get a motion for those two. And that's for planning and zoning.
I'll make the motion to approve the mayor's appointments for the plan and zoning.
Greg Taylor.
Greg Taylor and Orrin Alcorn.
Okay, Noel, motion, we have a second.
I'll second it.
Billy second, in favor, all in favor, aye.
Aye.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we're down to, we got all the appointments. Peggy, on the financial report.
Okay. As of the end of March, we ended with a cash balance of $3,769,437, which is up again from last year, or last month, so that's really good. But we're getting close to the end of our fiscal year, so we'll start seeing all those bills coming in that everybody's been kind of putting off there, so we'll see a little bit of an influx, but I'm very pleased with that, and you'll also see that our reserves are still at the 1.9, so that is wonderful to be able to report that.
Before we go any further, I would like to thank the board and employees for what we've accomplished the last 2 years. We'd set some pretty hefty goals, and I'm talking about infrastructure and finances and everything. But I want to thank the board for what you've done before we go any further with the rest of the meeting, because we have accomplished a lot. And Stan's got a list of some of the projects that have been completed, but I do thank the board and staff, who's done a really good job. The council have anything to add? Okay. I just I'm not gonna go by my list, I'll start with the boom truck, with Altech. Altech, we got the truck back a few weeks ago, and I signed a check this afternoon, and that was a $20,752 bill to get that truck back on the road and back in service. But anyway, we got it back, but that was a pretty hefty boom that we replaced on it, so. And it seems like, in spite of that, we've kept our funds up, and we've been hit pretty hard and with some pretty hefty bills. But anyway, another one coming up, we've got, I'm gonna call it a in-frame overhaul with one of our brush trucks, and that's one of the big boom trucks that the brush crew uses. And it's a complete overhaul on the motor, so it had water in the oil, so they're in the process of getting parts and getting that, so that'll be a pretty hefty bill. I'm gonna say, guessing in the neighborhood of $7,000 probably by the time we get it done, but that's to be expected when you have equipment. And we got a lot of pretty good sized equipment we gotta maintain. This has been one of those projects on the wastewater treatment plant that it's done. And we got 3 sand filters, and we've replaced 2 of them, and the other one should be good for a few years. But that along with those 2 filters, just round figures, that's been about $300,000. And I asked Stephen Davis, the superintendent at the treatment plant, I said, where are we at as far as capacity now? And I said, I know it's a guess. And he said with the filters we've got, and we're probably back to 95%, and 100% is 750,000 gallons a day. So he said, I feel like we're about 95% capacity right now, which is good. And I think maximum was 1 million gallons. So that's pretty impressive with an old treatment plant like we've got. And we've maintained it well, and we've got it back in pretty good shape again. So a lot of money, but we're back in pretty good shape.
Well, the reminder there is that treatment plant down there, treatment plant is a triusuary plant. You know, these filters makes that 3rd layer of filtering so that it can go out into Crow Creek and be cleaner than what the environment can do. So that's where that big money goes, to make sure that it's safe back in the environment.
Yeah. And actually it goes through the filter and then ultraviolet light,
as well.
and then it goes back into the stream. So it's
treated 3 times. Yeah.
It's pretty impressive that
Sure is.
the system that we've got. So, and it works well. We got denied on the MoDOT, the TAP grant, and that was from the square art sidewalk.
We tried.
We tried, but we're not done. But anyway, we were denied on it. I think I believe it was Nick's. I can't believe it, but or can't remember which one. But I believe it's Nick's, and they offered a 30% match, and we were 20. But anyway, they had a bigger match, and of course, the bigger match you can offer, the better your application is going to be. But anyway, we're not done. We'll keep trying. Council probably was not aware of this because it just happened. Well number 6 up there at the cemetery went down, but it wasn't a big issue. Flynn pulled it. He come down and checked it. And anyway, he said, I think it's been hit by lightning. And he said, not recently, sometime back. But anyway, they come down yesterday and started pulling it and put a new pump in it. And it's running now. We're gonna pump or pull 2 tests on it before we put it back in service. But it's back in service, or back running again with a new pump. But anyway, like I say, we'll do a couple of tests on it and put it back online.
Much
Yeah.
gas.
No, we don't know.
Guys are ready.
Peggy's sitting over like this, we don't know, but it'll be expensive.
I'm sure it will be, yeah.
We done okay, I'm about to skip the citywide, and I keep hitting on that because I want everybody to know that, and get the information out there. Citywide cleanup, May the 3rd through the 7th. East side Tuesday, Monday, Tuesday, west side of Jefferson, Wednesday, Thursday, and then we'll canvass Friday. So, and an update on our water project on South Jefferson here. We've got 3 more taps on Jefferson that we like, and we've almost got the cleanup all done where we bored across and we tapped into that 10-inch line. There was 2 of them, 2 houses that one was Dinah Orchard, your mother-in-law. We thought it was already tied on, and then the house up here at the top of the hill, I call it the old Gaston house, which it should have been, but anyway, it never was tied on to those 2, and then the survey office, and that's the 3. All we like having those all hooked up, and the cleanup's just about done. And then we'll go over to the Church of Christ over on Collins, and we'll hook it onto the plastic, and that'll eliminate all of that old transite line. So that's a good lick, and so there'll be somewhere in the neighborhood of 4,000 feet of transite line that will be eliminated. So yes, that is a good deal. The more of that we can get eliminated, the better off we're going to be, and that's having everything tied onto a 10-inch line, the new 10-inch line. So. Yes, and I've skipped an ordinance. Stan's doing his job. Ordinance 1091, which is where we sign into an agreement with Strukel Electric.
Okay, ordinance 1091, an ordinance of the City of Ava, Missouri, Code of Ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign and the city clerk to attest the contract agreement between the City of Ava and Strukel Electric Incorporated for the MoDOT Airport Lighting Grant Project.
Motion to accept the first reading, ordinance 1091.
I'll make the motion.
Stan made a motion. Second.
I'll second it.
Billy second. All in favor with aye.
Aye.
Okay, the second reading.
Ordinance 1091, an ordinance of the City of Ava, Missouri, Code of Ordinance authorizing the mayor to sign and the city clerk to attest the contract agreement between the City of Ava and Strukel Electric Incorporated for the MoDOT Airport Lighting Grant Project.
Motion for accept the second reading.
I'll make that motion for second reading.
Keith made a second, or sorry, a motion, and Noel made a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. I don't have anything else in open. If you don't, I'll entertain a motion to go into closed.
Motion to go closed.
Motion made by Noel, we have a second. Thanks for coming down. You're welcome anytime.